Now, you guys don't know what him is. Him is with Marlon Wayans and Tyreek Withers. It's about Cameron Cade is a rising quarterback who suffers a potentially career-ending injury after being attacked by an unhinged fan. Just when all seems lost, Cam receives a lifeline when his hero, Isaiah White, offers to train him at an isolated compound. However, as the training accelerates, Isaiah's charisma turns into something darker, sending Cam down a disorientating rabbit hole that may cost him more than he ever bargained for. So, that is the summary of him. I'm not gonna lie, him is directed by Justin Tipping and is marketed as Jordan Peele production. So this is a Jordan Peele movie, and we all know with Jordan Peele his movies, you have to go into the movie theater already on edge because his movies is one of those, it has a message behind it. You're going to have some form of understanding the message of the movie. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like going into this movie, I can kind of already tell what the message was, or in so many words, what he was trying to say. I felt like I just didn't know how to put it in correct terms, like how to formulate it completely. So yeah, but okay. So first of all, okay, with him, I thought it was an acronym. Now keep in mind, I usually with an acronym, like for him, it would be like him.I.M, but it was just him, just all capital letters. So him refers to the informal sports moniker him, means the greatest of all time, GOAT. Is connected to the GOAT acronym, which has a deeper, more sinister meaning in the context of the movie plot. So fun fact, they actually was going to name this movie GOAT, but I guess him was going to make it, more, I don't know, I guess him is, I don't know. Either way it goes, those are two good, titles of movies. We all know that GOAT means the greatest of all time, but I feel like with this, it's more of a deeper meaning besides greatest of all time. I feel like GOAT is literal refers to a demonic goat-like entity, a play on these dual meanings, literal devil worshiper, literal devil worship, ritualistic legacy, and metaphorical deal with the devil. So, like I said, I knew that's what it was saying, but I also thought it was trying to say the I word. We all know, I'm not going to say it, but we all know with celebrities and the music industry, different types of industry that's very well idolized and very well, you know what I'm saying? If it's music, acting, modeling, rapping, sports, the I word. That's where I think it is, but they're not really saying that word. Keep in mind, it kind of had the symbol, the pyramid and y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna say it, but if you know, we know we're here. So I knew that's what they were trying to imply, but yeah. Overall, this movie was decent. It was okay. I only saw it one time. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna go again and see it in theaters. The next time I watch it is going to be on an app. I'm not spending my money on this again. Right now, I will give it a 6 or 7. I'll give it a 6.5, out of 10. Okay, but in the movies, so keep in mind, I watched other videos. I watched 2 videos about this movie. I was going to watch more, but I knew I was going to film this video soon. So I just watched 2 and I wrote them down. So one video, it kind of put into different sections. So the first is Soldiers from Sons. It's talking about Cameron's childhood, Cameron's father's death, the military influence on football, and the meaning of him. Jesus! Legend of the mascot. Cameron's head slash the symbolism of the mascot slash craze fan. So I'm gonna stop right there. So when it came to his father, so I'm guessing his father was training him at a very young age to be the next football player, to be the next quote unquote Isaiah White. Isaiah White is Cameron Cade's idol. Isaiah White is on the football team called the Saviors. Is it San Antonio? Hold on. I just saw it. Yeah, the San Antonio Saviors. So that's the team that Isaiah White is on. So of course his dad, like I said, he's training Cameron Cade to be the next Isaiah White to take over the football map one day. And I guess his father he was in the military, and I think he actually died in the military. And of course, Cameron Cade, being influenced by his father, that's how he trained. He trained, trained the best. He trained to be the best. He trained hard, blood, sweat, and tears. That was just his mindset. And then his dad always says, "You're going to be the next him. You are him. You're him." Like everything was him, basic, realities. So Cameron had an injury, and if you actually paid attention to it, his head slash is a scar. It actually looks like a football. I thought that was very unique, because I was looking at his scar. I was like, that's funny. It actually looks like a football. Like when you see the football, it's like like the footballs, like the lines, like the slash. That was very creative. I like how they did that. So his head looked like a football. And it was also talking about the symbolism of the mascot slash craze fan. Now, the person that hit his head was it looked like the mascot, I guess a savior, quote unquote. And then when Cameron is in the tunnel, he sees this man with dressed it was like his whole body was red, and he was very evil, look like it was Jordan Peele movies. It's very different people, different mascots, type, different logos, whatever. So antagonist and demons. So I guess the mascot and the craze fans were symbolism of antagonist and demons. For Cam to overcome his journey to greatness. The fan attacks on Cam. So when Cameron when he went into Isaiah's house, Isaiah has his whole wall is with sculptures and different type of symbolism, different type of Indian symbols, different weird stuff. So Isaiah has this monologue about the Carceral Indians, pretty much meaning not to be forgotten. Don't become a mascot.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't pressure on me.
The artifacts at Isaiah's home, the irreversible sacrifices he made in exchange for his success. So Isaiah White, I feel like if he was playing a drinking game, every time he said the word sacrifice, you would have to drink. Because this movie is very much about sacrifices and greatness and your journey to greatness. In order to become the great, you have to have a lot of sacrifices. You have to make a lot of sacrifices. I feel like that's with this whole world. And not just about talent and hard work. You also have to make quote unquote sacrifice to become the best. You're not gonna have a life. You're gonna have to keep on working hard on your craft each and every day. That's what I feel like people are just, that's what you're always hearing. His head injury as a training incident or a gameplay collision, which is a common cause for that particular injury in the sport, a concussion. Number 3, the price of greatness. So during the time he was with Isaiah White, keep in mind, Cam is going to his house so Isaiah can train him to become the very best quarterback, to become the very best. Now, Isaiah White has split his days into 7-day chapters. The whole week, each each day they're going to be focusing on something. So each day is the camp's journey to greatness, which represents a specific requirement or a component to that success and greatness. Each day gets more intense and demanding and costly. So day 1 is fun. Day 2 is poise. Poise means athletes worship. Equals ties in with Isaiah reversal of the phrase God, family, football. So it's supposed to be God, family, football. But to him, it's football, family, God, which ties in with his obsessive dedication to sport, his prioritization of family, and his opinion firm, in his opinion in God that may exist beyond him. So according to him, he's beyond God. According to him, football is beyond God. Like everything's beyond God. And his thinking, because he's all about the game. He's all about the game and sacrifice. This is his thinking. This is Isaiah's white thinking. To become the best, you're going to have to put all of this above God, above yourself, above your family, above your kids, above all of that. This is what it has. He feels like this is what you have to do to create sacrifices. To become great, you have to put all of this above. Football is your life. Family and God is last. Is basically what he's saying. Day 3 is leadership. Day 4 is resilience. Isaiah's feelings of imprisonment within his own success. He wants Cam to carve his own path. It was a scene in a movie where him and Isaiah was in this like sauna, and you could tell they were kind of bonding. Like this was like the first time Isaiah wasn't so intense. You could tell he really was trying to understand Cam. He was really trying to bond with him, kind of have an open heart-to-heart conversation with him. And Isaiah was like, Cam, don't be me, be your own self. So Isaiah is trapped in the cycle of chasing the next victory, protecting his legacy, and maintaining the spotlight. Day 5, vision. Elsie, which is Isaiah's wife, I feel like she was also a part of what this is. You can tell Isaiah and Elsie do not love each other at all. You can tell they're just married. I don't know if she was also part of the contract or they really fell in love with each other, but she kind of like put him into all of this. I don't know what she was really there for, but that was his wife. But there's no constant physical and emotional distance between them. Like it was nothing. It was literally like she was literally the title. Hi, my name is Elsie. I'm Isaiah's wife. That's literally what she was. She was just a title. It was no emotional, physical chemistry. She was just his wife. She was just there. Anywho, Kel was like at a party, quote unquote. And the next day, Isaiah was like, oh, did you sleep with Elsie? Did you sleep with her? So also, temptation. Oh, is that right for you to have a girlfriend? Is that right for you to be faithful to your wife? Temptation. This comes all with temptation. Y'all all know how I feel about cheating. Y'all know how I'm going to feel about it. So I'm not going to waste your time. I'm not going to waste my breath talking to you guys about this. But temptation, in order to be the best, you're going to fall through temptation. It's almost like he wanted Cam to sleep with his wife. And Isaiah was like, well, you have to break up with your girlfriend. You can't have a girlfriend in this league. That blase. It's like, dude, shut up. He's happy with his high school girlfriend. Get it right. Day 6, sacrifice. Cam throwing up signifies lifestyle can be both euphoric and cynically self-destructive. Day 7, the moment we've all been waiting for, liberty. No title, Isaiah white blood transfusion and injections and how they maximize. Okay, so it was, if you also peep, this was kind of at like the beginning when he like, I think this was after day 1 or day 2 of Isaiah's White Boot Camp. If you pay attention, Cam was in the water, where the ice water, and you can see in the corner, Isaiah has like, he's connected to like this blood transfusion. At the end, before Cam and Isaiah battle, you see they're trying to connect Cam into Isaiah's blood transfusion. But this is the GOAT. It passed down from generations to generations to generations. So the person that gave Isaiah, I guess, was his quote unquote GOAT, and it vice versa. It's generation to generation to generation. So Cam gonna have to get that blood. He gonna have to, but it's also demonic. It's a message to it also. He gonna have to get that goat blood to become the goat. So stupid. Anyway, so Isaiah's white blood transfusions and injections, it's how they maximize performances and how these substances have passed down generations to achieve and maintain greatness. So we hear about Isaiah's philosophy, Isaiah's training methods, the football family God quote, the training doctor. Also, the training doctor was in it as well. I felt like the training doctor was kind of giving Cam clues to like, dude, get out. Kind of like get out. Like, dude, get out. Like, go away, run away as fast as you can. Your life is going to be over if you're going. You know what I'm saying? So the training doctor was like telling Cam his life story and how he got tied into it. It's everybody. I feel like it's cahoots with everybody. But I feel like the training doctor was low key trying to tell him like get out. And, the blood transfers and injections. Elsie and her strippers. That was kind of a what you call it? That was kind of like a test and all that. The ending, the ritual party. Elsie took Cam to a ritual party. We all know what that's about. The ritual party, the ritual fight, the ritual contract signing ceremony. So at the end, Cam won, so he beat up Isaiah. Isaiah's dead. Cam has to go through this whole ritual, sign the contract. Come to find out, his agent was in it. I knew his agent was in it, and come to find out, his dad was in it. It was a picture where Cam and his dad, I guess they went to a Saviors football game, and Cam's dad and his agent shook hands. So that was his dad's way of saying, yeah, like, put my son in, like, put him on. Let my son be the next GOAT. Let my son be in the next him. So it is so crazy because Cam said before, like, his last conversation with his dad, he wanted to quit football. Football wasn't fun for him anymore. He wanted to quit football. Like, football, he wanted to quit football. And his dad was very disappointed in him. But that was the last argument / conversation that they had. His father died in the military. And so Cam felt like, wow, maybe this is a sign that I should continue to make my dad proud. And come to find out, his dad set him up the whole entire time. I wasn't really surprised when they said the dad was in on it. So Cam and Isaiah are opposites. Cam is open to embracing the possibility of obscurity, the life of the mascot, where he can enjoy the company of his family and steer clear from his greatest devices. You can tell Cam loves football. You can tell football will always be a part of him. If he is in the NFL or not in the NFL, you can tell also Cam is also okay with not being a football player. Like, he's okay with not being. He's okay, and I feel like Isaiah didn't really understand that. Isaiah is willing to die for the game. Like, Isaiah, you can tell Isaiah doesn't want to retire, but also at the end, the gag is Isaiah did retire, or he was going to retire, but I think he was still wanting Cam to do. I guess he wanted to pass the torch to Cam, And I feel like Kim is not willing to give up all of this. He's not willing to give up his freedom. He's not willing to give up his family. He's not willing to give up all of this. He's okay of being the mascot. He's okay. And I guess Isaiah just wasn't okay with that. He didn't really understand that. Pretty much Isaiah White was a part of an entity, a dark entity, to make him become this goat. This is what he was in it for. They had to fight so he could take his spot on the San Antonio Saviors in the next physical avatar for this demonic Kim entity. Isaiah brought him to the creepy sport complex to prepare him mentally and physically, train him for a gruesome hand-to-hand battle of quarterbacks to determine who is the true GOAT of the entire league. He was given blood infusions by the Savior's Dr. Marco. That the blood was the demonically powerful blood of Isaiah to give him a fair fight. White inherited the blood from the former GOAT in generations before him. Cam used a helmet to take down Isaiah White. The helmet was an item of protection, but it's so crazy because you can see the helmet is, you wear it for football purposes, but it also was turned into a weapon of assassination, foreshadowing for Cam's eventual decision to use the protective powers of the demonic him in order to assassinate the leaders of the San Antonio Saviors cult along with him, Agent Tom and Isaiah's wife. Hopefully you got following with me through that. But yeah. Cam's father groomed him to join the Saviors cult. Cam wanted to make his father proud. The cult wanted Cam to trade his whole identity and humanity as Cam to become the next supernatural GOAT entity. His dad wanted him to trade his identity to become the best football player that he never actually wanted to be. So that's pretty much all the stuff that I was trying to tell you, but I gotta broke it down. A little more. I'm gonna try to read this fast because I'm trying to beat it. Movie. Tell about the dangers of dedicating your life to trying to please an idol or someone or something that you perceive to be a higher power. Isaiah's obsession to please his fans that pushed him to accept the contract with the devil in the first place after sustaining a career-ending injury, trading his own life, his own humanity and future to become radically transformed to the public figurehead of the cult. But he ended up retiring. Cam willingly chooses to accept the power/responsibility that comes with it to follow his dreams. If he passed the torch, Isaiah would have ended up going back home and reclaiming his old identity as Isaiah White, spending time with family and eating whatever he wants. So if Cam was going to be, if he decided to be him, Isaiah would have gone back to his regular life, normal life. Crazy. I feel like the object of this movie also is kind of showing you there will always be someone younger, smarter, prettier, and more talented than you to take your spot. You know? In alchemy, the philosopher's stone symbolizes perfection, divine illumination, and the transformation of base metals into gold, as well as granting immortality. How the divine or the spiritual can pass into the physical world in order to transform and refine the human soul into a more perfect being. It's crazy because Cameron, he wore a cross necklace. Isaiah earring was a cross necklace. Goat, greatest of all time, him, goat, to also point to the devil himself. It's also the history behind it. I'm not reading all of this. Final fight. Cam and a bunch of Savior supporters recreated Leonardo da Vinci Last Supper painting. But yeah, I hope you guys kind of understood what I was saying. I feel like one of the best parts of the film was when Isaiah brought the football players, I guess the football players that wants to be in the NFL league, but Cam had to Isaiah was training them together, but when the guy went to the machine and every time Cam missed a pass or they mess up, the football kind of destroys the guy's face, and I guess it was trying to show like you're being the quarterback, you have the pressure of the game. Like no matter what happens, you can't lose your sweat. I don't know what I know what I'm trying to say. I don't know if I'm explaining it right, but you have the control of the team. Like you have to make sure you're like. I know what I'm trying to say. I feel like hopefully I know what I'm saying. Cam is the quarterback. He has the control of the play. So you can't really you don't basically I guess you don't have control on the game cuz it I don't know what I'm trying. Comment down below you guys know what I'm trying to say. I know what I'm trying to say. I don't know how to put it into words. But that was one of the best parts of the film. The party where like the girls was dancing and he was like looking at them. I don't know why I like the. I'm not gonna lie, the album was hitting. The album it had Bob. I ain't gonna lie, the music was hitting. Out of Jordan Peele's movie, my order I would say Get Out, Us, him, Nope. I feel like Get Out I feel like Get Out is going to be number one for a while because I feel like Get Out was such a freaking masterpiece. I feel like it's legendary. I almost put him over Us, but I feel like Us is more iconic than him. And then I put him, then Nope. I didn't really like Nope. Um, so yeah, you guys, I hope you guys like this video. Make sure you like or dislike, thumbs up or thumbs down, comment. Please repent to subscribe. Turn your post notification bell so you know when the next video is gonna be here, okay? Follow your girl on Facebook at Pinky. That's PINKY space PINKY. And follow two of my Instagrams, one at the Pinky and the other at PinkyBear00. And like my saying goes, let's smile, be yourself. Don't worry, be happy, okay? This your girl Pinky, PINKY, and I'm so fly. Make sure you guys subscribe to Pinky's Entertainment and Mr. Shady. Holla at your girl.